Hello, everybody, and welcome back to The Howl. My name is Connor Durkin. Today, I'm sitting down with Coach Pardun for our playoff edition podcast as we look forward to this week's upcoming matchup against Jacobs. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to The Howl. Once again, I am joined by Coach Pardun. Thank you, Coach, for coming on today.
My pleasure.
And, let's get right into these questions here.
Yeah.
And the playoffs. Finally here. Obviously, the past couple of weeks were a little rough, two very close games. But now that it's playoffs, how do you guys address the last 2 weeks? Do you just tell the guys to, forget about it since playoffs are, a new start, new record, everyone's in the same spot theoretically? How do you guys address that?
What would you do?
I would try and forget about it because, I don't really like having that hanging over me. And I've always thought, when I'm going into a playoff or something, nothing matters, in the past. It's all about just one step at a time, one quarter at a time.
And there you go, Connor. You're a smart guy. For sure. I put every week when we go into a game plan, I put our record up, 5-0, 6-0, 7-0, 7-1. Who our opponent is, just to keep it real simple. And yesterday I put 0-0 versus 0-0 because that's what we are, right? They're 0-0, we're 0-0. Nothing else matters. You're here, and you win or go home. So, yeah, that's exactly what we do. Of course, we learn from the experience, which I think is a good thing. I always look at it as a positive, as painful as it was, as emotional as it was. But, yeah, man, we're 0-0, ready to go.
Mm-hmm. I do hate bringing this part up.
Bring it up.
I feel like we've brought it up.
That's all right.
I've had to bring up too much this year, but Bonji and Braden both came down with injuries. Bonji's happened. I know Braden's. We found out about it a little later after the game, right?
Yeah.
Bonji's happened in the game.
Yeah.
First off, how is Bonji doing, and how's his recovery doing?
He's got we'll find out more this week, so we don't know for sure. I mean, it's a knee, but we got to see to what extent. He's Bonji, man. He's stone cold, and he handled it that way, just the way he competes. He's what we call like a flatliner competitor. He doesn't get too emotional either way. I like that about competitors. But it was a tough one. We face a tough loss. We lose a tough kid during the game. A captain, a guy who's, central to what we do, and yet we still could have won the game. And then just hanging here with him at night was tough. We had to be in the training room late that night and just make sure we had his knee taken care of, and it was sad. There was tears, and you just it's part of sports though. So nobody expects it, nobody knows. People always use the cliche like play like it's your last, and I know that's easier said than done. But Bonch, he's a warrior. That's what I've been calling him all year, a warrior. And who knows? We'll get when we get the news, we'll see. But then you got to pick up the pieces and figure out a game plan now.
Yeah, and obviously viewers, I'm sure, agree with me here. Prayers go out to him and Braden for a speedy recovery. But for Braden, what was his status going on? Because I found out about him over the weekend. I didn't see it happen in the game.
We didn't either. And so Braden just woke up on Saturday, came in, worked out, really didn't know anything was wrong. And then he had called me on Saturday and just said he didn't feel good, headache. And I said, well, you got to rest, get off the electronics and get some sleep and some rest and make sure your parents know and keep an eye on you, which they did. And then I had the trainer call him, and the trainer basically said the same thing, and then came in on Monday and still had a slight headache, from the weekend. And so Mr. Bacon just put him through protocol, and basically he's got to wait, he's got to be 5 days symptom-free to do anything. So, it was much better yesterday, but, the protocol is the protocol, and we we understand that, and he understands that, and so we'll go from there.
Will he be able to play on Friday then?
Probably not.
Probably not, because he has to get the 5 days.
Yeah, I'm pretty certain. So, yeah, we're not planning on it right now.
So when a lot of players do go down, like what's happening right now, you typically have enough depth to, at each position, or do you ever have to, move players around that they typically don't play?
Yeah, I mean, a little bit of both. We always say step in, just the way we practice, so that guys are ready, and Coach Nelson, that affects our offense more than anything, but Bonchi affects our defense too, and then there's a ripple effect of, well, this guy's going to get more of this side, then this guy's going to get more of this side, and no, we got to, the thing about this team is there is a lot of depth. I mean, you can't replace, those guys that are our seniors and our leaders, and but at the same time, it's football. That's why you need so many guys, and no, we'll make adjustments, and we have to be creative sometimes, but at the end of the day, you got to move the ball, you got to stop them from moving it, and if we can do that, we're in good shape.
Yeah, that is one benefit of Hersey I've noticed. I've always noticed Hersey usually does have the bigger team, when I'm looking at the two sidelines, so that's always good.
Yeah.
Moving on to this week, though, to practice specifically, you guys have Jacobs. Have you, how does that work typically? You find out your matchup Saturday night. Have you reached out to Jacobs' coaching staff at all? Exchanged?
Yeah, we once you find out Saturday night, all the coaches are kind of have a network, and he called me around 9:30. I'm with my staff at that time. We sit and talk about what we want to get from them. They ask what they want from us. You exchange a couple films, and then you do your homework. And then we come in all day Sunday, and we typically are in here on Sundays anyways. But we come in Sunday and just get to work, start breaking them down, both sides of the ball, and get our plans ready, get our game plans ready, get our practice plans ready, get our scout looks ready, and then you go replicate it. And got a few days to prepare, and we'll be ready.
Is Sunday like your designated film day then? At least for the coach, players come in too on Sunday.
No, typically players come in Saturday. For a regular weekly routine. Players will come in Saturday. We'll try and get a workout in because they're usually pretty sore. There'll be a JV game, and coaches will start their initial breakdowns, get a lot of the data and stuff in that we want, and then on Sundays we come in, draw the plays, finalize the game plans, finalize practice plans and those types of things, and finalize personnel sets, after you deal with maybe some injuries or whatever, and then that's it. Yeah, then you get going.
So then what was the vibe like at practice after that first day yesterday? Because if it's on Saturday and Sunday, you guys aren't on the field running anything, right? So yesterday was the first contact. I guess you could call it a contact day.
Yeah. I mean, we did some run-throughs on Monday. Yesterday, we had the pads on, and I thought we looked good. I thought our, Jacobs is a different style of football, different formations, different plays than what we're used to seeing in our conference. And I thought our, we call them our orange teams, because they're always wearing orange.
Yeah.
Which is basically our scout looks or our JV guys, and I thought they did an awesome job yesterday replicating their offense and defense. And they practiced that on Monday and then ran it yesterday, and it was a good look for us. And then we see what we like and what we don't like and what works and doesn't work. And, I thought we practiced really well yesterday. I mean, there's some things we got to execute better, obviously. And weather could play an issue on Friday, so I'm keeping an eye on that. But it's weather for both, so we'll see.
What would you say Jacobs' biggest strengths are, too, right? I know they have that one guy on offense who's a sophomore, right? And he's already getting big-time offers.
Oh, they got
college-wise, right?
He's the tight end I think you're thinking of. He's number 7. Yeah, he's a big dude, 6'6", tight end, athletic type kid. But it's not like he's their main focus of the offense. The main focus, they have 2 running backs, 2 and 4, that get the ball 80%.
Yeah, they like to run. I heard about that. They do like to run a lot.
So it'll look different. Double tight ends, 3 in the backfield, very compact, different style of play. run it, and then when they got a boot or play action out, they'll try and find 7, somewhere down the field or along the sideline or whatever. So, no real secret to what they do.
Yeah.
They do it well. They do it fast. There's a little bit of misdirection, and you got to have your eyes in the right place. And two is quick. 2 is definitely their game changer, and he's dangerous anytime he touches the ball. So we'll have to do our job there. But I think our defense is fast. I think we're a physical defense, one of the faster, more physical defenses we've had. And so, I think we'll match up.
How far, just out of curiosity, how far is Jacobs actually from us?
It's probably about 40-minute drive west. Yeah, I actually showed the kids on a map yesterday because I joke around because I know they don't know. But it's just west of here, Algonquin.
Okay.
40 minutes, yeah.
Well, I will say one benefit I think you guys have is that this team is so senior heavy. So I feel like a lot of the guys do have just some experience under their belt that they can use to their advantage now for this playoffs, right?
Yeah, and that was one of the things I put on the game plan. My rule of 3, and number 3 was we've been battle tested. Even going back to last spring, we playing a hard game against Fremd, and then playing two really physical, tough games at the beginning of the year, and 2 really tough physical games at the end of the year, and against all playoff qualifying teams. We've played. We've played, I think 5 of the 9 we played are in the playoffs. And so, people say what they want about our schedule. It's a pretty darn hard schedule.
Yeah, definitely.
And we came out 7-2 and only lost by a total of 2 points. So, no, we're ready. We know what it takes. They're not as senior heavy as a team, and so I think our seniors need to lead us with their brains and their composure, and I think they will. I know they will.
So with this game, once again, it is home. This would probably be our last home game for playoffs, correct?
Not necessarily. So it all depends. It's a really interesting rule, but basically the upper seed gets the home team, or home game, unless one of the teams was on the road and the other team was home. So for instance, want me to explain it to you real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
So we're playing our game at home. If we win, we'll play the winner of Normal Community High School, and I can't think of the team they're playing. Smaller.
It's not someone in our conference,
no,
though, right?
No.
Okay, it's another round.
And so what happens is they're at Normal, and Normal is the higher seed. So Normal wins as the higher seed, and we've both played home games. We got to go to Normal, Illinois, because they're the higher seed.
That's a drive too.
Right. Even if the other team upsets Normal, they were on the road and we were at home. So regardless, week 2 we have to be on the road. Okay. Now after that, it goes down to that rule. So either so the rule is there so that a team can't just take a high seed and be home all the way through the playoffs. So if 2 teams are playing each other and one team had a home game the last round and another team didn't, then it goes back to the team that didn't have a home game. So you just got to wait and see how it plays out, and really that's about it.
Well, I mean, I think like always it's going to be a great atmosphere at the field. I guarantee you the stands will be packed. The OC will be there. And I'm going to just say it's just felt like football weather lately. These past couple of days have been a little cold, but it's definitely going to feel great out there. It's going to be a great night for football.
Could be a little wet.
Is that what they're saying? It might rain a bit?
Potentially, yeah. It's going to be a rainy Thursday, Friday. I'm hoping it clears up by Friday night. But, yeah, man, we have home field, so I'm hoping that doesn't keep people away. And in the past, it hasn't. So, playoffs are always funny because, we're rare, taking it up a notch. And sometimes kids then have to pay to get in and that.
Yeah, we actually have to pay to broadcast the game.
Yeah.
IHSA is making us do that.
IHSA has those rules, and that's how they make their money, and I get that. But I just hope our kids show up. We play so much better with them there, so it's a big deal to us.
Well, one more thing I do think that's a good thing is you mentioned having such a tough schedule this year. It definitely prepared you for playoffs for sure, just because you you've been going up against, other playoff opponents every week. So I think your mindset for this week is definitely there.
Yeah, they know. I mean, they know what we are. They know what we can do. They know how we've responded. I can't say enough about this team. I think they're practicing better every week. I think they understand what's at stake, and yet we're still having fun. So, we're just always itching to get out there and play, but you got to put in the work first. And no, I'm confident in this group, but they're the ones that got to go out there and do their job.
Do you have a favorite Hersey playoff moment or game?
Oh man, yeah, of course. I got, there's two that jump out at me. I mean, one was our first playoff win that we had in 10 years, maybe more. Was the year we had. It was my first year. No, my third year. My first year we made it to playoffs. We didn't win. We lost to Geneva round one. The year we went 8-1, won the conference, beat Meadows, and then the very next week we had to play Meadows again, but now at home. And that was nerve-wracking because we came back, we beat them. All of a sudden we draw them first round of the playoffs at home. And we hadn't won a playoff game in, like I said, over 10 years. And so been in the playoffs but never won a playoff game. And that was Owen Goldsberry's team. And we ended up getting a pick six late and beating Meadows. And that was tough because we had to beat them 2 weeks in a row. They were a darn good football team. And so there was that one. And then ironically enough, we play Lincoln Way Central week 2, and they beat us. And that was heartbreaking. And then the very next year, we draw Lincoln Way Central week 1. And so now the team that beat us last year has to come back to Hersey week 1. And we were pretty bitter about the year before, and we ended up beating them 52-13. And that one was always kind of a nice redemption win there because we didn't feel like it ended the right way before. So you get those special moments, but we got bigger and better visions, about what we can do with this team, and we're gonna have to get healthy a little bit and see where the road takes us. But I think we can make some noise here.
I've been hearing some rumblings just from students. Is it true that if you guys, assuming you guys win this week, next week is Clausen going to be okay to go, or is that not until the third week? I want to get the rumors set straight.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's getting out of the boot this week.
That's big.
He's got to continue with his rehab. Obviously, he won't be the same. Would he be able to contribute and come in? We just got to wait and see. I don't think it would be next week, but could he play a role? If we keep progressing, it's possible. And we're still waiting on the news from Bonch, and so we don't know. We'll see. I mean, I never rule anything out. Obviously, we're smart with them. We got to take care of them, and the role probably wouldn't be exactly the same, but anytime you put those guys on the field, I mean, they're players, they're game changers, but I don't want to jump ahead, but nothing's out of the question yet.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, it's hard too, like from not playing at all for at least he was out like a month, right? And then just coming
longer,
in
2 months,
and then coming back, it's playoffs, it's definitely a big adjustment too. So you don't want to just send him out there guns blazing.
But he's experienced, and like I said, it wouldn't be the same. Wouldn't be like just throwing him back in the game and then he's claw. But you never know what role he could play. Maybe offense, maybe defense, maybe specific situations. If he's healthy, if he feels comfortable, if the trainers and doctors say, we want to keep him safe. But I know he's got it in his head too. So we'll see. We'll see.
All right. Well, Coach, thank you for coming on today.
Yeah.
It's great getting this playoff edition in.
Let's go.
It in. To our viewers, thank you once again for watching, and we will see you in the next one.